I think it's time to finish this work. A project from my subject called MAPEH. MAPEH is divided to 4 different nations. M for music, A for arts, P for physical education, and H for health.
Everything changed.
And then the fire nation attacked. Anyway, next, let's get started with music first. I'm just gonna read, and after I read, I'm just gonna put a picture or something that it reminds me of. So first one is the major influence on Latin music. There's 3 of them. First is the indigenous influence. Contribution from the native cultures in Latin America, including unique instruments and ceremonial music. This reminds me of a tribe, from islands. Next is Spanish-Portuguese influence. Brought language and European elements? I don't know. Blending with indigenous and African sounds. Since it said for Portuguese, bro. This reminds me of Cristiano Ronaldo. Next, African influence. Bro, you know what I'm gonna say here, bro. So, African influence introduced rhythmic complexity and percussion, shaping Latin music's core sounds. So this reminds me of the just because he's black. Next, we got the indigenous instruments and music. So there's like 11 types. I'm just gonna pass through. Percussion instruments used for ceremonies and crafted from natural materials like animal skin and wood. Animals? Whoa. Next, wind instruments, essential in pre-Columbian cultures, especially flutes and panpipes. Next are flutes. Whatever. So it was created by indigenous people and often used in religious ceremonies. Zampona, panpipes, a traditional Andean wind instrument made of bamboo and reed. So it's another flute. I can just show like 3 flutes. Anyway, Quina is a flute again, crafted from a bamboo or bone, producing a unique airy sound. Next is Guiro, a gourd-based instrument played by scraping, producing a rhythmic, rapey sound. It's raspy. Sorry. So next is maracas. You know when you shake. Shakers made from dried gourds with seeds or pebbles inside, creating a rattling sound. Next are turtle shells, and used as percussion instruments by indigenous people, played by striking. Yo, are they cruel, bro? Is this animal cruelty? Next, we got the Spanish-Portuguese. They gave Spanish language, became the main language for Latin music, especially outside Brazil. I don't know. This reminds me of the So next, we got the Portuguese language. Defined Brazilian music lyrics, setting it apart from the other Latin American music. We also got the Renaissance melodies, the European styles brought by Spanish settlers during the Renaissance. So next we got the Moorish influence, introduced rhythms and melodies from Arabic music. Next we got the stepwise melodies, a simple sequential melodies common in Spanish and Moorish music. Lastly, we got African influence on music and dance, finally. So rhythmic pattern, complex syncopated rhythms from African cultures found foundational to Latin music. Next we got drums, central to African music influence, adding depth and rhythm. Next we got the percussion instruments, like bongos, congos, and cowbells. And next we got the African American music. I think they merged, I don't know. They played a role in the development of Latin jazz, mambo, and other genres. Next, we got the jazz, a genre heavily impacting Latin music, leading to Latin jazz and mambo. What? Whatever. We got the R&B, also called rhythm and blues. It was the modern Latin genres like reggaeton. It's a pretty cool name, reggaeton. Next, we got the hip hop. influenced contemporary Latin urban music, blending with Latin rhythms. Oh, we got reggaeton itself. So reggaeton combines Latin rhythms with hip hop and reggae. Next, we got urban music, blends Latin, hip hop, and pop styles in Latin music scenes. It's pretty confusing. I'm probably gonna forget this like in 2 days. Probably in 1 day. Next, we got the Afro-Latin American music styles. Afro, like the hair, it's like from Luffy. Next, we got a cumbia, a dance music style with accordion guitar and percussion. So this reminds me of the country called Cuba. We also got tango, a passionate partner dance from Argentina and Uruguay. So since it said Argentina, of course, this reminds me of Lionel Messi. Of course, Lionel Messi. We all know him. Come on. And yeah, wait. We also got a next one. It's called Cha-Cha, a lively ballroom dance with a triple step pattern. Reminds me of ball. That's it. So we got Bossa Nova, a Brazilian genre from samba, focusing on melody and percussion. Reminds me of Neymar Jr. Next, we got the Paso Doble, a traditional Spanish dance, often performed at bullfights. So this said Spanish again. It reminds me of a arena. Yep. Next, we got the reggae, a Jamaican music style with syncopated rhythms, popularized by Bob Marley. Since it said Jamaican, it reminds me of the guys that said Mi Bombo Clat. So next we got rumba, a Cuban dance and music style with percussive rhythms and African influence. So I don't know, it says African, so it reminds me of that guy who said what? Next we got the foxtrot, a ballroom dance with alternating slow and quick steps. I don't know, but it reminds me of Turbo the Snail, the movie. You guys know that? We still got a final one. Next we got the Afro-Latin American instruments. Earlier there were music styles, but now we got instruments. First we got bombo, a double-headed drums made from tree trunks played with sticks. Reminds me of bombo clat again. So cha-chas again, a rattle made from dried hooves worn out the wrist. Over here. Next we got the zamponas. I already said this earlier. Which is the panpipes, reed panpipes tied together, a traditional Andean instrument. Next we got charango, a 10-string instrument made from armadillo shells. Next we got the quina, a vertical flute from bamboo or bones with a soft sound. Cajon, a box drum played by tapping, popular in Afro-Peruvian music. Reminds me of a box. We got maracas, percussion shakers filled with seeds or pebbles. And claves, a pair of wooden sticks struck together, key in Afro-Latin music. Wow. Next, arts. Okay, finally we're in the arts. I was expecting it to be like 5 minutes in music. Whatever, I think I yapped too much. In arts, we only got 7. 7! Finally, bro, 7! So, in arts, we start with the digital art principles. There's only 7 digital art principles. There's the emphasis, focusing attention to contrast in size, color, etc. Design, whatever it is. So balance, ensuring stability in design through symmetrical or asymmetrical arrangements. Reminds me of this. So we got next the contrast, the juxtaposition of opposing elements like light or dark or colors. Reminds me of this. So repetition strengthens design by repeating elements. I don't know. Proximity, grouping related elements for cohesion. Reminds me of Minecraft because there's proximity chat. Next we got alignment, arranges elements to create order and organization. Lastly, we got hierarchy, guides viewers through elements by importance. Finally, next. So in PE there's only 9. Very short. A healthy lifestyle. Of course, you guys have to live healthy. You have to touch grass. So living with good food habits and exercise. That's a healthy lifestyle. I don't know why you don't want to do that. Next, we got the physical activity. Movements that improve fitness and health. This reminds me of Nico Avocado. Crazy transformation. So we get the vigorous activities. High intensity exercises like running. Well, I don't know why it reminds me of queso, but we're moving on. So we got the muscle and bone strengthening. Exercise for stronger muscles and bones. Reminds me of the guy from the gym. So next we got the role models. People who encourage positive habits. So since it says like people who encourages people, this reminds me of Drake. In a way, we got the water. Best sugar-free drink for hydration. So next we got the reduced fat milk. Nutritious, calcium-rich drink for kids. Hey, yo. So next we got the fruit and vegetables. Foods for growth and disease prevention. Sure, buddy. So we got the sedentary time. So inactivity linked to health issues. And by the way, for you wondering if I'm holding a real mic, no, it's just my thing I put in my armpit. Next. Finally, lastly, we got health. There's a little bit, you know. So first we got the seat belt laws and penalties. So it's all about seat belts. So anyway, in seat belts we got Republic Act number 8750. So requires drivers and front seat passengers to wear seat belts in running vehicles. Sure. So we got the MMDA seat belt penalty. MMDA. So fines for not wearing a seat belt. So the first offense will be 1,000 peso. Second offense will be 2,000 peso. And third offense will be 5,000 pesos. Plus license suspension for 1 week. I don't know. So next we got the common traffic violations. We got the seat belt violations. So most violated traffic rule in the Philippines, yet often overlooked. Reminds me of PDD. I don't know why. Next we got the disregard for traffic signs. So most reported traffic violation with a penalty of 150 peso. Reminds me of this. So next we got the seatbelt alarm stopper. Devices to bypass seatbelt alarms only sold for as low as 250 peso.
Anti-stepping shoe
Reminds me of the guy that said it's very human.
When someone steps on us.
So benefits of seatbelts. So we got the 3-point safety belt, invented by Niels Bohlin. It reduces car crash fatality risk significantly. It reminds me of the guy that said, "This is for my safety." So next we got the WHO statistics. We got the seat belts reduce fatality risk by 50% for front seat passengers. I'm not going there. 75% for rear seat passengers. Okay, I can go there. So 80% for children using restraints. So just you know, I'm just gonna be in the back having a party. So next we got the agencies managing roads and traffic. So in Land Transportation Office, or LTO, they handle driver's license, vehicle registration, and enforces traffic law. This reminds me of LTO itself. Next we got the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, also called MMDA. So it manages Metro Manila traffic and enforces rules with limited authority to confiscate license. Since it says Manila, it's from Philippines. It reminds me of I Show Speed when he came here. I don't know. So next we got the Land Transportation, Franchising, and Regulatory Board. So it regulates public transport vehicle and adjust fares. Reminds me of this. So next we got the vehicle safety features. We got the airbags. So it works with seat belts to reduce fatalities by preventing ejection, head trauma, or neck injuries. It reminds me of this. So next we got the safety and responsibility. Last one. Oh my god, finally. So next we got the recklessness. Yeah. So not wearing a seatbelt increases accident. What? No. So it increases accidents, risk, and insurance claim complication. That's all. Thank you for watching, I guess, and wasting your time. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bye. Like and subscribe.